Good morning, guys. It is Wednesday, July 12th, 2017. As you can see in the title, today is going to be a very epic movie day. War for the Planet of the Apes comes out tomorrow, but they're doing an early showing tonight if you go see the triple feature of Rise, Dawn, and War. So, Dawn is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's probably my second favorite movie right behind Jurassic Park. So I have no problem going to see that movie again, and Rise is just as good. So going and seeing these movies in theaters, I was going to sit at home tomorrow and watch Rise and Dawn before I went to War, but when I saw that the local theater with recliner seats is doing a triple feature, I was like, why not just knock out two birds with one stone and then get to see War afterwards? So I was like, this is going to be perfect. So today, my plan, I'm heading to the gym right now. I'm going to go completely fasted. I have not eaten yet today. And I'm going to do a light workout and then cardio after that to just try to burn through some calories and come home, eat a very high protein meal, because when I'm at the theater, basically all I'm going to be eating is junk. I'm going to take 2 protein bars with me though, just to kind of balance out the junk I will be eating there. But I'm super excited to go see these movies. First and foremost, got to get to the gym. See you guys there. Alright guys, so I wanted to bring you a really quick commentary here over this workout footage. Now what you guys are going to be seeing me do today is a very light deload leg workout, and by deload I mean I'm just kind of giving my body a bit of a rest. I talked about it in my last vlog that right now I'm just trying to let my core and my lower back and my entire body just kind of heal up. And what I'm doing for this deload leg workout, I am going 50% of my 1 rep max on both deadlift and squat for 5 sets of 12. So as you can see here, I am extremely sweaty and I am dying. The weights are not heavy, but the volume absolutely murdered me. So I'm keeping this stuff pretty light, but I'm letting my body just kind of heal right now throughout this deload process. But I'm almost done. I'm excited to get back to working with heavy weights again. But this is going to wrap up the commentary. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this with me just kind of explaining it a little bit. Enjoy the rest of the video, and I will talk to you guys next time. Alright guys, so home from the gym, post-workout meal right here, having some egg whites, and then I threw in some deli ham and fat-free cheese as well. And the macros on this meal for all of that volume is 340 calories, 14 carb, 2 fat, and 63 protein. So you're actually getting a pretty, my hair is all messed up from sweating, but but that meal is super high volume, super low calorie. It's got a lot of protein in it, so it's going to be very filling. So when I go to the movies, I'm not stuffing my face with popcorn the entire time, even though I know I will probably get a medium popcorn. Or maybe a small, because I think they have free refills there. So if I'm there for 3 movies, a small popcorn, especially if I've already seen Rise and Dawn, I might as well. I'm going to get a small popcorn when I go there. No reason to get a large. But then I'm also taking 2 protein bars, some almonds, and then I have Sour Patch Kids here, because I always have Sour Patch Kids on deck. So I'll take my own Sour Patch Kids as well. So that is the plan. I still need to shower, but I'll see you guys in the next clip. Alright guys, so ready to leave. I have my 2 protein bars right there, and then 2 servings of Sour Patch Kids. And I will be getting my drink at the theater, because you have to get your drink at the theater. You want it cold. You don't want to be trying to fit a Monster or something like that in your pocket, which is super obvious. You can't just hide it like a protein bar or Sour Patch Kids. But I mean, if you have a purse or something, or a bag, or if you're going with somebody else, you can have them hide it or whatever. But for the most part, I always like to have my drinks as cold as possible for the movie, so I always get my drinks at the theater. But about to head there, watch this triple feature of Planet of the Apes, which I am so pumped for. Seriously, I have not been as excited for War of the Planet of the Apes. I have not been as excited for any movie that has come out since Jurassic World 2, 3, when did that come out? 2015? Yeah, it's been a while since I've been this pumped up for a movie, so hopefully it delivers. Hopefully it caps off this amazing, amazing trilogy, and I'll let you guys know what I think afterwards.
I snuck him out of the lab to save his life.
Oh, he's a smart one, isn't he?
What are you gonna name him?
Caesar?
Caesar!
We both have families. You want to protect yours, I want to protect mine. It's our only chance for peace.
Home, family, future. They're animals!
Caesar, it's your home.
Who was that?
A good man like you. Caesar loves humans more than apes.
If you threaten his family, he will retaliate.
Don't shoot! What are you doing?
I'm saving the human race.
No! I did not start this war, but I will finish it.
Alright guys, so just got done seeing Rise, Dawn, and War of the Planet of the Apes, the triple feature, and the first two movies are so good. And I have a 40-minute drive home because I drove a little bit further for recliner seats, which there was a point in War of the Planet of the Apes where the movie actually shut off. Like, we were 15 minutes into War of the Planet of the Apes, which is the new one, the one that nobody has seen, and it just randomly shut off. And there was about a 10-minute wait time between them starting it back up again, and to me, I was frustrated, but I understand sometimes things go wrong. And you know what? I could have been frustrated. However, I mean, I've had jobs before where things just don't go perfectly all the time, and I know that this is a job where it's like things have to go perfect because people are paying their money to see something that's entertaining. But when I walked out of the theater, there were really only 4 of us that stayed the entire time from start to finish for this triple feature, and they actually gave me a free ticket to see anything I want, anytime, any place, anywhere, which is super nice because, I mean, they wouldn't have had to do that. I still got to see my movie, and that's really all that matters at the end of the day, but they went out of their way to do this, and I just want to say shout out to Regal Cinemas, because even when something might go wrong and a movie might just like stop playing audio or the picture might go out, your guys' staff and what you guys did here, I just can't say enough for like how I feel leaving the theater to be like reimbursed and them to kind of go out of their way to say sorry, and I hope your experience next time is better. Even though I loved War for the Planet of the Apes, and I will talk to you guys about it when I get home. So I want to drive home, collect my thoughts after seeing 3 movies. I was in the theaters for a long time, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys about it when I get home. Alright guys, so it is the next morning. I know I said I was going to come back and talk about War for the Planet of the Apes when I got home, but I was still trying to process everything because I had just watched Rise, Dawn, and War, and like there was so much movie and apes in my head that I was like, I really want to break down War, but I'm still trying to process everything. So I went to bed, I slept on it, I woke up, I had breakfast, and War for the Planet of the Apes, I've called Dawn a masterpiece. Every single time I've talked about Dawn, I call it a masterpiece, I say it's perfect, and War for the Planet of the Apes takes that bar that Dawn set and raises it, in my opinion. I think this movie is so incredibly good when you talk about the stakes of planet Earth and who is going to come out on top. Is it going to be humans? Is it going to be apes? And it's not necessarily even a big war like you might think. So in the title, it's War for the Planet of the Apes. You might think, oh, it's a huge human army versus a huge ape army. But no, it is a battle for who is going to come out on top. And they go a different direction on how this war is going to play out, and I really enjoy the direction that they go. It's much deeper, it's much more emotional, you get so much more character-driven, you get a much more character-driven plot than an action-driven plot, and that's what these movies have all been about ever since the first one, when you start to learn about Caesar. And being able to watch Rise, Dawn, and War in a row really made me appreciate everything Andy Serkis has done as Caesar the Ape. For him to not be nominated as a Best Actor, to not be nominated for an Oscar as Best Actor is ridiculous at this point, because what he does to portray emotion, to portray like this character of Caesar with very limited speech and he's very limited because he is an emotion capture suit, but what he can do to make you care about this character is insane. And again, he brings it, and I thought this was his best performance because honestly, he had to do more in this movie than he's done before, because a lot of the other movies have been it's been very split with humans and apes. So in the first movie you had James Franco, the second movie you had Jason Clarke. This movie is very Caesar-centric, and I loved that. And his supporting cast with Maurice and Rocket and the new Bad Ape, all so good again. And I really liked Steve Zahn's performance as Bad Ape. I thought that added a lot to this movie, and it was pretty risky, in my opinion, to throw a character in there that was going to be comic relief, I guess, for the most part. And this movie, being as serious as it was, he added a lot to this movie and was definitely one of the best parts. So I really liked his performance, and I liked how they kind of harkened back to the original 1968 Planet of the Apes with throwing this young character in there called Nova, and having Caesar's son in the movie named Cornelius. And the way that they kind of tied back in to that 1968 movie, which is one of my all-time favorites, I really enjoyed. And nothing tied in to the original more than Michael Giacchino's score. That was very classic in its sense, and what he was able to do with that score, the score in a movie like this is so important too, because there are many times in this movie where it's completely silent. You have one ape character using sign language to another ape character, and you just have dialogue on the screen, and you have to have the score kind of help push that emotion with those two characters speaking to each other in pure silence. And I think that this score does that perfectly, and there's it's very classical. When you watch it, you're going to notice that it is very similar to that original score back in 1968, and I really enjoyed that. But I think that this movie caps one of the best trilogies of all time. Sure, you have your Indiana Jones, your Star Wars, your Toy Stories, your Lord of the Rings, but in my opinion, I tweeted this last night, I think this goes down as one of the top 3 trilogies of all time. So you have Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and Planet of the Apes, because what they were able to do was make an absolutely fantastic movie with Rise, raise the bar with Dawn, make a perfect movie, and then to raise the bar again with War. That's so rare, and they followed this character perfectly with Caesar. In my opinion, I think he might be one of my favorite movie characters of all time. I think he might be my favorite movie character of all time. I think the story arc of Caesar from start to finish is unlike anything we've ever seen, and it's very special to be able to see Rise, Dawn, and War and see his story. And for a character that's completely made up and fictional, that's all you want. That's all you want to do when you're creating something, is to create something so memorable and iconic like Caesar. And I think they do it fantastically. I think this movie was, again, perfect, and I'm just so happy that they were able to cap off this franchise that I've fallen in love with when I was just a little kid watching the original. And I think that there are places for them to go in the future with more Planet of the Apes movies, but I want them to give it some time, and I want them to do it right, because, yeah, I would love to see them give another spin on the 1968 original with the effects that they have now. I think it would be really cool to see that original movie redone, now that they've done the origin story on how they got there. So, and they have laid some Easter eggs. In Rise, they talked about the Icarus going up and it being lost and it being on its mission to Mars and whatever. So they have laid the groundwork for if they want to do something after war. But nonetheless, those are my thoughts on War for the Planet of the Apes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed yet, go hit that red subscribe button, and I'll talk to each and every one of you in the next one. Peace.